Welcome back to the channel, The Silver Crown. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell so that you'll know every time I upload a video. Well, today I just wanted to have a chat with you guys just to kind of take a pulse and see where everybody is. As you know, you've been living through it with everyone else, that we're in some very interesting times. By the way, let me just say this about my hair. I'm back to the puff. It's hot. I don't know what is the temp. Make sure you put in the comment section what the temperature is where you are, because it's hot here. Matter of fact, hold on just for a second. I'll tell you how hot it is. What is the current temperature?
It's about 91 degrees outside.
You hear that? That ain't good for nobody's hair. I'm sorry. 91 degrees outside. It feels warmer than that because we had some rain and it's humid. The mosquitoes are like, yay, it's miserable. Now, of course, as you can see, I'm not in my RV. I'm back at the house out of town, but it's miserable. And I wanted to do this video outside, but it's just too muggy. It's too hot. Ugh, I just can't. I just can't. Anyhow, so I wanted to see how you guys were doing. And also, I ran across a product that I've had in my stash for I don't know how long, maybe a year or something at least. And it's the what is it? Kinky Curly Knot Today leave-in. And I don't have it in my hair right now, but I was wondering if it could pair with something else, because if any of you have that, it's kind of, it looks almost like some type of gelatin or something. I don't know. I don't know if it can pair with an oil or not. I don't have the whole line. I just have the leave-in conditioner. So if you have used that, if you've used that and you've paired it with other stuff, let me know and put it in the comment section below so that I'll know if you can do that or not. Because I'm scared to do it. I must didn't care very much for it because I had two bottles. One of them is almost empty, but I can't remember the last time I used that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it didn't work for me. I'm not sure. I may try to do it the next time I do my hair. But at any rate, so in case you've not seen this product, this is what it looks like. And it's supposed to be, it says natural leave-in detangler. Detangler. See, I never even noticed that. I thought it was a leave-in conditioner. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Maybe I was supposed to, oh my gosh. And then they put a sticker over it. And I can't even, oh my gosh. Anyway, whatever, y'all. I don't know. I think you're supposed to rinse out detanglers. Maybe that's why I didn't like it. I didn't know it was a detangler. I thought it was a leave-in. Oh, okay. It says natural leave-in / detangler. See that? All right. Anyhow, that's what it looks like. If you have this product, let me know down in the comment section and how it works for your hair. So, moving on to my next subject. Here we are. Getting ready to get stuck one more time. I think America is kind of divided on how far can we go without making progress, without working, without doing all the things that are needed to survive. It seems to be that there's a division in regard to how we should move forward, as a country. And if you've been reading the comments in the comment section, especially of the last video, then you can see where I stand on this issue. I stand where I stood before. and that is um, people have a right to work if they want to work and to feed their families and take care of their families. They also have a right not to be ill if they don't want to be ill. And so I just want to say, in case anybody's wondering where I stand on this, it can't be one or the other. Okay? We need to be able to stay well and still live our lives. All right? And so, um, whatever that means for you, do that. But I want to caution everyone to be very careful about being railroaded and hogtied by fear to the point where you're willing to surrender all of the rights and freedoms that you have for safety. Um, because once you surrender them, you don't get them back. You can ask any, you can look, you can Google, you can duck go, whatever browser you use, you look it up in regard to communist countries or whatever and how they systematically used fear and terror to paralyze people in order to control the masses. Okay, and this is a fact. This is not. This has nothing to do with political parties. It has everything to do with agenda. Okay, it wouldn't matter which party was pushing it. It's wrong. This is the United States of America. We're not a communist nation. We don't want to be governed or ruled like slaves. And slavery ain't got nothing to do with race either. It's all about bondage. Okay. And so if we wanted to be under that type of a tyrannical government, we would still be under the rule of Britain. Okay. We got out from under that long time ago, and we don't want to go back. Most of us don't. Now, what I would say to people who really don't get it, what's going on right now, it may be because perhaps you did not study history in school. The kids today, I swear, they don't know nothing. It seems like, you know, that's another whole debate about whether the kids should go back to school or whether they shouldn't go back to school. And, you know, I've talked with my grandson, and I was absolutely shocked to find out that his school is going to pass all the students regardless. Now, I think that is disgraceful. It's not helping our kids, it's not preparing them for real life, it's not doing anything. They're all out of school right now. Some of them are doing, you know, all of them, I think, are doing distance learning on some type of a um, medium, whether it's the internet or whether they have packets. In my grandson's case, he told me he has a packet that my daughter picked up from the school that has all of his stuff in it. And he's supposed to get all this work done. And I said, oh, so you're supposed to teach yourself then, right? There is no instruction. He's just supposed to figure it out on his own, send it back in, and now this is what got me. Regardless of what type of work he did, he's going to get a passing grade. He said, even if you fail, they're going to give you the lowest passing grade if you fail. In other words, you could have got a zero. And, well, however they grade it nowadays, but you're going to get a passing grade. You'll get a D or a D minus or however they do it in whichever type of school you go to. And I said to him, are you serious? They're going to pass you regardless of whether you actually know the material or not. And he said, yes. And he did, you know, he's a kid. He doesn't, only thing he hears is, I pass, right? But he's not thinking that they passed you for doing absolutely nothing. Nothing. You've got people in Congress telling people just refuse to go back to work. Just stay home because you're going to get paid more money if you stay home than if you actually go to work and want to earn a living. So from where I'm sitting, they're trying to keep the next generation stupid and utterly and completely dependent upon the government. They're trying to make the whole country a welfare state. I think that's disgusting. Just in case you didn't know where I stood on that, I'm a veteran and I think that is absolutely appalling. But anyhow, back to the education system. So here are the two minds. One mind says the kids need to go back to school, but they can't go back to school safely because we don't know who's got this virus and who doesn't. Um, and that's not to downplay this virus. I mean, people are dying from this thing. The other side of that is this: the kids go to school. They only thing they learn is how to hate this country. That's what they learn. The schools have ceased to be educational institutions and have turned into propaganda machines. And so, what's more deadly? I think one is more just as deadly as the other: the virus and the manipulating of young minds to actually hate the country, hate the rule of law, hate white people, hate black people, just hate. Wherever you can, just plug in some hate, you know? It's disgraceful. And uh you know what? If you think all of that's okay, well, you're entitled to that. You are really entitled to your opinion. God bless the USA. That's what I have to say about that. I'm not for it. I don't want a stupid grandson. I don't want a stupid granddaughter or a stupid great granddaughter that can just be led around by the nose and has no critical thinking skills whatsoever because they've been so brainwashed and indoctrinated in public school that they have no skills. They can't do nothing. They can't fill out a job application. They don't know how to write an essay. They can't spell. They can't read. They can't do any of this, but they get a passing grade just because. I think that's disgraceful. That's just how I feel about it. So the other problem that I'm having, the other problem that I'm having with this is the fact that um, the kids that go to public school, the public schools are being funded by the taxpayer. Um, in this state, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but I know how it is here in Oklahoma. It doesn't matter whether you have kids in school or not. Part of your taxes that goes to the city goes to help fund public schools. The maintenance of the schools, the salaries of the teachers, the whole nine yards. So, my question is this: why are we paying taxes for public education and the children are not being educated? People are trying to keep them out of school because they're afraid they might get sick. And then there's a whole nother agenda behind that. Never let a good crisis go to waste, as some was quoted of saying. But if taxpayers are paying for education and these kids are not getting an education, they're getting propaganda, that's an issue. To me, there ought to be some kind of a class action lawsuit or something against that. That's ridiculous. And also, I think that the parents ought to have more of a say in what the children are being taught because they've turned the educational system upside down. And if these kids are graduating from school stupid, what are the taxpayers paying for? I would just like to know because it doesn't have anything to do with whether you actually have a child in school or not. If you live in a district where there is a school, you're paying for that education. Plain and simple. You're paying for it. The one that they're not getting or the one that they have to teach themselves. Might as well be homeschooled. Anyway, I just want everybody to know where I stand. I'm going to, this channel is I'm going to be incorporating, as you can see, some other things into it. I'm still going to talk about hair, but that's not all that I want to talk about. And for the last 4 years, I've wanted to try to keep the channel just about hair. And like I said, I will do that. Now, what you also notice if you look back over my videos, I'm not one to put my whole life out there on social media. I think that's stupid and I think it's dangerous. However, if somebody wants to do that, God bless you. Go ahead. I mean, you can make up a life and put it on social media if you want to. I won't be doing that. So whatever you don't hear me talk about, I probably won't be talking about it. But anyway, um, so I just wanted to take a pause. I just wanted to take some time and I welcome you to put your comments in the comments. Say, listen, you do not have to agree with me. Okay, this is America. I love this country. I gave years of my life in the service of this country. I love this country. I am not a person who stayed on my block in my neighborhood for 60 something years and that's all I know. I have lived in other countries for several years. So I know about the political climates of some other countries where I've lived. And I wasn't a tourist. I wasn't there for 2 weeks. I mean, I lived there. I lived there for several years. And I'm telling you that with all of its faults, this country is the best thing smoking. I'm telling you, it is. And you don't know what you have until you're not living under it. That's the best way I can explain it. When you go somewhere else, and you're subjected to their government and the way they do things, it is a culture shock. You don't know what you have until till you don't have it. Now, thank God I kept my citizenship in the United States no matter where I lived. But I'm telling you, I was not exempt from their laws. I was not exempt from uh, however they did things. I had to live under that if I was going to live in that country. Now, having said that, let me say this. If you're going to live in this country, there are some things that may need to be changed. There's a lot of things that need to be changed, that need to be addressed. That, we've had one administration after another for decades and decades and decades kick the can down the road. And then when somebody actually tries to do something about the craziness that's going on, people get mad about it. So you're dealing with a lot of sociopaths and psychopaths. It's just crazy. But anyway, I challenge you. Go somewhere else and live. Try it for a year, 2 years, if you can, and then tell me what you think about the United States of America. Because I'm telling you, you don't have free speech in other places, and they're trying to shut it down here. Your opinion is not welcome if it doesn't agree with my opinion. That's the mindset of today. When did that happen? When did that happen? And furthermore, how did that happen? And where is the church? How is the church divided on something like this? That is disgraceful as well. I'm just saying. So, anyhow, for my Christian friends, check your dipstick, okay? Check your oil level because if you find yourself all tied up and wrapped up in the hatred and the all that negative emotionalism that's going on, you walking with the wrong spirit. I'm going to tell you that right now because that is not of God. It's not. And you really need to check your heart and you need to repent. And you also need to learn how to fight a spiritual fight and burning down people's stuff or champion those that do. What would Jesus say about that? I'm just saying, ask yourself. Or as they used to say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Anyway, so like I said, I wanted to come on here, talk to you about this, leaving slash detangler thing, and also take a pause and just find out. People need a place where they can vent without being censored, without feeling like they're afraid to voice their opinion because they could get canceled. You're not gonna get canceled on this channel unless you do something stupid like try to cuss me out. Then I'm a deal with you. But other than that, if you don't agree, don't agree. That's fine. I respect that. I really do. I respect your right to have a brain, okay? And to do your own critical thinking and to come up with your own opinions and to voice that. I'm not going to persecute you because you don't agree with me. I'm not. What I won't stand for is you persecuting someone else on this channel because they don't agree with you. Now, we're not going to do that. We're not going to argue. We can have a discussion and we can agree to disagree on some things. But this is still America. This is still my country. This is still the country I gave my years of my life for to defend you, okay, and my family. And that's how I feel about it. This is the greatest nation on the earth. And that's really, I truly feel that way with all of its faults. Anyhow, I hope to see you guys down in the comment section below. I'm thinking about doing another live broadcast maybe next week. And one of the subscribers showed me how to do, or she actually told me how to do an announcement so that you guys would know ahead of time when I was coming on. I don't know. I got to go back and try to figure that out. I looked at it and I was like, I told you guys I am not that tech savvy. So bear with me, okay? I'm still trying to figure out how to get a live broadcast on this computer and not have to use my phone. But if I can't get it figured out, I will just do whatever it is I can do. In the meantime, I love you guys. I hope you are well. I do want to thank you so much for listening and hearing me out. For those of you that didn't click off, and I really do want to hear what you have to say. I'm also thinking about, I don't really like Zoom. I think it may be compromised. But I was thinking that, if I could do a Zoom session, get to see some of you guys face to face, and, we could do our hair together or whatever. I think that would be fun. Let me know what you think about that too in the comment section below. And I will see you guys the next time I come on. Keep it natural.